welcome to another Sanctuary Sunday. Sanctuary! Yes, the day where I try to cover something other than war games. And today, I'm taking a look at Hive. Now, Hive is more of an abstract game, and I haven't really been giving enough love to abstract games, and it was an abstract game that really pushed me forward into the gaming hobby. That's the game of chess. Really had a foundational impact on my gaming. So always have liked abstract games. Whether they be chess or even Chinese version of chess, Stratego, backgammon, I guess at some point. It's a little bit abstract, but I've always had an appreciation for those games, and later on, found Go. Of course, not a very good Go player, not as good as my wife and son. But anyway, let's take a look at Hive. Now, one of the neat features of Hive is it's very tactile. It's got they have these nice big tiles, thick tiles here, and there's a mini version or travel version, and I believe it still has these same tiles that are just smaller, but you're going to have all these tiles here. Oh, just listen to that. That you play with here, and it's a two-player game where one side has the black tiles, and one side will have the white tiles. And as you can see here, there's all kinds of different insects on these tiles where you are going to be placing them in the hive. And so basically, the game is really at its essence is really relatively simple. You're going to be, you're going to have a clear board, which is any playing surface, any flat playing surface, and you're going to be placing down a bug, an insect, one of your tiles, and then the other side will place your opponent will place down a tile, and then you keep doing that. Now, when you place a tile initially, it needs to touch the hive, and it cannot touch an opponent when you're placing initially. So you can place it, here or here or here. Now, on your turn, you can either place a new tile, or you can move your tile, and your tiles are going to have, each one of the different tiles are going to have different movement abilities. Here is the rules that go with the game here. And so you can see here, each of the creatures have different movement abilities. You have the queen, you have the beetle, you have the grasshopper, the spider, and they have different things or different ways they move. The beetle, I think, can pop up on top of people. But again, you cannot, one of the rules of the game is you can only have one hive. And so, like this case right here, the beetle cannot move because it would break up and you'd have two separate hives. So you always have to keep that in mind. And that's actually a huge factor in the game, or strategy in the game, is getting your opponent in a position where they can't move, where they're kind of locked in, and it limits their ability. The goal of the game is to completely surround your opponent's queen bee, and it could be by your tiles or those of your opponent. So, like in this case right here, if this was the situation, then you would win. The black would win the game because the queen bee is completely surrounded, even though two of them are its own color. So that's and there are, as I said, you can either place a tile to add to the hive, or you can move a creature that's already in the hive. And there's also expansions to it. There's additional pieces like the ladybug here. That was an expansion. The mosquito, that was an expansion. And there might have been some other ones, but I think that's what I had picked up over time, was those two, it looks like. And all the rules, the game is relatively simple. there's that freedom to move issue. It's really the playing of the different, the movement of the different creatures, that the unique movements, and how you kind of chain those together, or place your units to take effect of their movement capabilities. In that respect, it's a little like chess, right? Different pieces have different abilities or movement abilities, and it's the only difference is you're not taking something, you're not eliminating something, you are just maneuvering to try to block in the opponent's queen bee. So, and there are some creatures that move on top, and when they're on top, then that's considered the color. So you can move something closer to it. Also, the stuff beneath it cannot move; it kind of blocks it. So, and there's other different abilities. Grasshoppers jump and can jump. Anything that's adjacent. And the like. So each one has some different capabilities. So anyway, that is Hive. I thought I'd break out a little bit of nature on. I've got a nature playlist, and also, so this also will go in my abstract and my nature playlist. That's Hive. Love to know your thoughts on this. This is I don't play this game enough, but when I first got it, my wife and I played it quite a bit, and actually introduced my kids to it. I don't think my youngest ever played it, so probably something I need to get into the rotation. So anyway, there you have it. That is Hive on this Sanctuary Sunday. Love to know your thoughts on this. Have you played Hive? Are you interested in Hive? That's what I have for you today. Take care. Thanks for watching.